What's going on, everybody? So, a couple things here. So first off, I want to touch base with some of you guys that are new to Sports Gamers Online. If you don't know anything about Sports Gamers Online, look below right here, and you see the website. That is our spot for sim games, for sim leagues, I should say. We currently have the NSFL filled already, and the ASFL is just about filled. So this is for the guys that are in actually both of the leagues. We could kind of put the conglomerate together, and it's pretty much together for both our leagues, pretty much. We got a lot of rules in place in these leagues that need to be followed and need to be in place for all you new guys out there that don't know how we do things as far as rules are concerned. Basically, us as commissioners, we make decisions, and we're going to make decisions to get rid of you or not get rid of you if you don't follow rules. And you're going to have to live with that decision. You're going to have to live with either getting kicked out or live with getting a suspension or whatever it may be if you don't follow rules. I mean, it's that simple. It's as simple as that. It's not real difficult to figure out. All you basically got to do is follow rules. Follow all the rules and regulations of the league, and we'll have a smooth, efficient league. We won't have anything to worry about at all. All right, but if you don't follow rules, there's going to be repercussions. It's as simple as that. That's just how it works. All right. So, again, this is for the ASFL and NSFL leagues. The rules that we have in place, and I'm actually about to get onto those rules real quick now, so you guys can kind of get an idea on how we work. It's important. It's important for the simple fact that, again, you know what I mean? It's the only way we're going to keep our leagues running solid and without hiccups. Every league is going to have a hiccup, from time to time again. You know what I'm saying? But we just want to avoid too many hiccups. That's the problem. So with that being said, like I said, I'm going to log in right now, and I'm going to go through a couple rules with you guys, and, we'll basically take it from there. So let's see. Let me just go to the ASFL and go there. Okay, so and these rules, FYI, guys, the full game is out now just for the lucky people that got it already, but then it's also out as well for people that have the early EA access on Xbox One. Some people have Xbox One, some don't. This league, the ASFL and NSFL, is for PS4, but I'm basically running on Xbox One here right now. I'm on my access. I really don't care about the time or whatever. I have a few hours left. I think I got like 4 or 5 hours remaining on mine, so I don't mind doing it, going through all of this right here. Anyway, as far as rules are concerned, as of now, and again, rules can change, but as of now, we're still going to be running 8-minute quarters, 20-second acceleration clock. We're going to be running on all Madden, and the speed is going to be normal. All right? The camera settings, we're pretty much going to keep them standard like we always do. The kick and arc is going to be off. We're going to keep the previous play info on, toggle camera off, and tutorial pop-ups off as well, too. So that way we can, keep the games going, efficiently. All right, so a couple things that are very important that I'm going to bring up that a lot of people kind of don't understand, but they have to get the gist of this. Streaming. Streaming is a #1 thing in the ASFL and NSFL. The away team is supposed to stream. If the away team can't stream, then that person needs to contact the home team just to make sure and see if they can stream, because for some reason the away team can't stream. It is It is suffice if you have at least 5 megabits per second upload, so that way you can stream an efficient game and we don't have to worry about any slowdown or anything like that. And better yet, when you know you're playing your game for the ASFL or NSFL, you should just go ahead and link in wired. That's what you should do. I don't play any video games wirelessly at all. That's just me. Okay? But I don't play any video games whatsoever wireless at all. Okay? So, matter of fact, let me just do this real quick. I'm sorry. My apologies, guys. I'm just going to turn this down a little bit here, because this thing could be very loud. This thing can be extremely loud. I'm going to turn it down a little taste so that way you guys can hear me a lot better, so we understand these rules. Okay. Alright, so I think that's good enough right there. So, like I was saying, first off, we're going to go over the streaming. Again, the away team should be streaming. Everybody that's streaming should have minimum 5 megabit per second upload. That's what they should have. Minimum. At the very minimum. Okay? If you don't, check with your cable company and see if you can get it. Probably just costs a couple bucks more. Even if you're paying $50 now, you may only pay $60 and then have faster speeds upload, which is great. But nowadays, that's what you need, or you just need to be wired to avoid any type of conflict with your game at all. Okay? Again, I go wired at all times. My Xbox One is wired, my PS4 is wired, my desktop is wired. Everything that anytime I stream, I'm wired. Okay? And on top of that, I use a capture card when I stream. I don't stream through my system. Okay? Some people don't have a capture card, and the PlayStation 4 and the Xbox One, they can all be streamed through their systems. So use it, but try to just plug in if you can instead of going wirelessly. But if you do go wirelessly, that's fine. But just make sure you have at least 5 megabit per second upload speed, so that way you can have a smooth stream going on. All right. The biggest thing that we have in the ASFL and NSFL is, as far as gameplay rules, is mix up your play calling. Okay, we understand that in the real NFL, look, if you can't stop it, they're gonna keep running it on you. We get that, but here's the thing: we have to realize we're not in the real NFL here. Okay, and if you do a play 3 times in a row, obviously you probably need to change your playbook up a little bit. You know what I mean? Because it's obvious that you're not really diving deep into your playbook. So what you need to do is pretty much mix up your play calling on offense and defense. All right? Be realistic about your play calling. All right? Ratio of no less than 30 to 70% run-pass ratio or pass-run ratio in all of your games. So what you should probably do, again, is, mix up your play calls, but make sure that you keep it in that realm of 30 to 70% ratio, either run pass or pass run. All right. The pistol formation in Madden 15 was huge. Madden 16, so far, it's not as big as it was before, but it's still very well used, and it can be used, but it's got to be mixed up with normal formations as well. Okay, again, it's the whole thing. We're just mixing up things. All right. 4th down rules. Okay, we actually changed 1 or 2 rules. I believe we changed. All right, when you pass the 50-yard line, you're allowed to go for it if it's 4th down and 2 to go. It used to be 4th down and 1. It is now 4th down and 2. So if you basically if you're on the 50-yard line going into score, and you have a 4th down and 2, you are allowed to go for it if you want to go for it. All right. Any other time, if it's 4th and 3, you can't go for it. You either have to punt it or kick a field goal. If you're past the 50, on the 50 or past the 50, you either try to kick a field goal or you punt the ball. Simple as that. All right. If you're behind by 3 touchdowns and more in the second half, then you could go for it whenever you like. So, but you have to be down 3 touchdowns or more in the second half. Okay? If you're the losing team in the fourth quarter, you could go for it whenever you like. If you're down 3 points and it's the fourth quarter, you can go for it whenever you like. Okay? It's open. All right? You only could do an onside kick if you're down by any amount in the fourth quarter within the 2-minute warning, or if you're down by more than 21 points at any time in the game. All right? No other time is onside kicks allowed. Okay? And as far as hurry-ups, okay, you may only do a hurry-up if it's within a 2-minute warning of the second and fourth quarter, okay, or if you're down by 21 or more points at any time in the game, okay, or you could run one hurry-up play per possession, per offensive possession. So, prime example, boom, I get the ball. If I get the ball and I'm allowed to, and I want to run one play from no huddle, boom, I could run one play from no huddle. After that, have to go back in the huddle. Okay. When my possession is done and I have a new possession, then it's reset again. Okay. So then I could run another hurry up play again if I like. Now, if you're in the 2-minute warning of the second or the fourth quarter, you can go ahead and you can do whatever you want as far as no huddle. You can do no huddle all you want within the 2-minute warning period. All right. You're not allowed to use a goal line formation at any point unless you're within your opponent's 5-yard line. You've got to be in the 5-yard line to use a goal line. Period. You have to be in a goal line formation. You need to be in the 5-yard line or going in to score. Okay. You can't run any players back to help block on punt returns. All right. So when somebody's punting the ball, don't try to run a lineman back to try to help block. You can't do that. All right. Everybody stays the way they're supposed to stay. All right. Each team has at least it needs to have at least 3 active tight ends and 3 quarterbacks on the depth chart. Okay. Because if that doesn't happen, then what ends up happening is your quarterback can get injured, and this is I know for a fact this was in Madden 15. I don't know about 16 yet. We'll find out. But if your quarterback gets injured, he technically doesn't get injured and he stays in the game. Okay? Injuries are a biggie in our CFM leagues. So they're going to be on at all times. Okay? So with that being said, we are going to make sure that you have these depth charts taken care of. If you don't take care of these depth charts, okay, you're going to be you're going to possibly be getting suspended for a game. Or what will happen is you will actually lose your quarterback for a game. Okay? So please make sure you have 3 quarterbacks and 3 tight ends on your team. Point blank, period. All right? Again, no offensive lineman as well can be manually subbed in for a tight end. No offensive lineman can be manually subbed in at all. All right? All right, so if your opponent pauses a game, give them at least 2 minutes, okay? This is big, guys. They may want to do a little something on their roster or whatever. So give them at least 2 minutes. Be respectable and give them at least 2 minutes. After that, go ahead and click the button, and then the 30-second ticker will start ticking off. All right. So give him at least 2 minutes to, and then hit resume. Just make sure he isn't sending you a message of an infraction that he may be seeing you do, or vice versa. All right. And then on top of that, again, in the beginning of the game and the end of the game, you should be, getting all your subs and everything done. Not end of the game, I'm sorry. The beginning of the first quarter and the beginning of the third quarter, you should make sure that you have all your subs and everything done, so that way you don't have to keep pausing the game throughout the game. All right. Excessive pausing, of course, is going to end up making you forfeit the game. That's just how Madden is online. So just don't do it. You know what I mean? Come in, be ready to play. When you got games scheduled, be ready to play, okay? Another thing that we're doing now this year as well, too, is we're using these forums a lot more. If you don't know the forums, go to www.sportgamersonline.com, okay? And we're using the forums on there under ASFL or under NSFL. If you're in those leagues, those are the forums you're going to be using. We're going to be using those for trades. We're going to be using those for contacts. We're going to be using those for free agency. Okay? And primarily trades and free agency is what we're going to be using it for. But the biggest thing we really want to do on these forums as well is just get some communication going with everybody, because it's not just you guys that are in here. It's a ton of people that's in the SGO community. And we want to grow this community and get everybody on one accord, so that way what could end up happening is we can have thousands of people on these forums checking out our Super Bowls, checking out our playoff games, because we have that ability through Twitch to do these certain things. So let's make sure that we get these things done, and we stay active in the SGO community on the website. I know people as well, like to use their smartphones and use the GroupMe app like we do use, and it's efficient. I'm not saying it's not efficient, because I love the GroupMe app. There's no question about it. But again, we need to make sure that we are keeping the community as active as we possibly can. All right? So make sure that you guys are part of the community. Make sure you signed up if you have not yet. And if you haven't signed up, you probably can't be a part of the NSFL or ASFL anyway. So you should be signed up by now. All right? Another thing too, as far as rules are concerned, which are very, very important. Okay, you're only allowed to manually move one player on defense. So don't try to move a whole bunch of players all over the place. You're only allowed to move one player manually on defense. You may not move a linebacker all the way up to the D-line. He has to remain at least 3 yards back from the line if you're manually going to move him. Okay, we do that primarily because of nanos. Nanos are a no-no in this league. This is a sim league. Okay, there's tons of leagues out there. I'm in quite a few of them as well myself. There's tons of leagues out there that allow nanos. There's tons of leagues out there that allow for you to run the same play over and over. Again, I'm a part of some of those leagues too. I don't mind those leagues at all, but that is not what the ASFL and the NSFL is for. If you feel that you are that type of guy that won't be able to follow those type of rules, let us know now before this game even drops, and we will go ahead and replace you, because it's very important that you understand these rules. We are a sim-based league. You gotta follow these sim rules. All right. Now again, I'm not gonna really go over every single freaking rule. I'm gonna do maybe one or two more rules now, and then I'm just gonna leave it alone after that, because you can go right to the website. You can go right to the ASFL and NSFL rule books, and you can look at all the rules yourself. All right. So let me double check and make sure if there's some big ones that I want to go over here. I went over fourth down rules already, which are very important. Oh, okay. Let's do this here. Scheduling, okay? Because this is huge. Scheduling. As of right now, what we do as far as the ASFL and the NSFL is we schedule every Wednesday and every Sunday. So we play 2 games a week, okay? So now a lot of guys, especially in the beginning, they're going to want to get games in, okay? If everyone in the league wants to get their games in, then everybody needs to play. If everybody plays, we keep on going. We keep moving, okay? In the ASFL, oh my gosh, I'm really acting like I can't talk today. It's Colo, which is the primary commissioner. He is the primary commissioner. Colo is the primary commissioner for the ASFL. I'm a co-commish, okay? I'm the secondary commissioner, okay? And I know as far as the ASFL is concerned, the one thing that we understand, me and him, we both understand that we can't make everybody happy. So if we do something and you don't like it, it's just something you're going to have to live with. We're going to be very fair to people. Very fair. That's why we have these rules in place. But we're going to be very fair to people, especially when it comes down to scheduling. Because now, we don't have to play CPU anymore, okay? If somebody can't play a game, we just give you the win. It's as simple as that. You're not going to get points. You're not going to get anything for it. You're just going to get the win. Point blank, period. Nobody is playing CPU games anymore. So there's no more CPU games in effect. No more, okay? If you have to play CPU, and we have to go over those rules a little bit later on. Again, those rules could be subject to change. But again, if you have to play a CPU game, for example, possibly like if you had to make the playoffs or something like that, or you had to win a CPU game to make the playoffs, we may make you play that CPU game then. And you may only be allowed to play it one time. Okay? But we're going to go over those rules a little bit and kind of see where that goes. But again, that rule can possibly be subject to change. Okay? But again, scheduling, very important. Everybody in this league has a life, has things that they have to do in life. So make sure that when you schedule your game that you're prepared and ready to go play your game. Whether you schedule it on GroupMe, on your phone, on the computer, through SGO online, whatever it may be, make sure when you schedule, you are prepared and you are ready to play your games. If you are not ready to play your games, you're subject to getting a loss. It's as simple as that. If you schedule and you don't get your games in, you're subject to possibly get a loss. So please make sure that you're eligible and you're ready to play your games at the time that you guys both schedule to play. Simple as that. You guys can hit each other up again on GroupMe. You can hit each other up on the website, things of that sort. On the website, I understand that you may not get a complete, immediate response, but that's why we try to have everybody's phone numbers as best we can, so that way, if you want to just text that person, you can text them. If you don't want to use GroupMe, if you don't want to use the site for contact as far as your scheduling, then listen. Then you need to get a phone number or something, because it's your responsibility to get your games in. That's why we tell you guys to be a part of the site, be a part of the chats that we're in, and be active in the chats and the site as well. Okay, everybody works, so I know people can't have GroupMe on all the time and look at the website all the time. We know that everybody works. We understand that completely. So we're not telling you to call out of work because of something. We're not telling you that at all. We're just basically letting you guys know that we have to make sure that that you guys know the scheduling is important and you get these games in the way you need to get them in. Okay. All members need to communicate with their opponent within 24 hours of the league's advancing. So if we're about to advance, let's say it's Tuesday night, okay, Tuesday night, you know we're advancing Wednesday night. You need to be in if you know that we're advancing, let's say we're in week 3. Let's say we're going to advance to week 4. That Tuesday night, you need to be in contact with your week 4 opponent and start to try to schedule. That's how games get done quickly. It's just communication. That's all it is. The quicker you guys get these games in, we don't have to wait all the way until Wednesday or Sunday. We can go ahead and we can move on, continue on, and we don't have nothing to worry about. Okay? And we can just keep on moving after that. But make sure, again, that you guys are... If every game is played, then we're going to move on. Okay? Simple as that. If every game is played, then we're going to go ahead and we're going to move on. All right, so again, make sure the 24-hour rule, you guys understand that, okay? You need to be in touch with your opponent and communicate with your opponent within 24 hours of the league advancing, okay? The acceptable communication, again, is the primary form should be scheduling through the website. I know a lot of people may not be able to get through that, so make sure you're either scheduling through the website, through GroupMe, or through text or call. Make sure you're doing something, okay? Don't sit there and wait till the next man calls you to schedule a game. If you know you got to play somebody, hit them up first. So what if you hit them up first? Don't let pride get in the way of you playing your game, all right? Don't let pride of you getting in the way of playing your game, okay? Because at the end of the day, we want to make sure that these leagues are running smooth, running efficiently, and we have no hiccups at all. Going week after week after week. We're already gonna have hiccups as far as people wanting to do certain trades, and certain trades are gonna get denied and things of that sort. And again, for all the major trade rules and things like that, make sure you check out the site and make sure you go to ASFL or NSFL and you can check out all the different trade restrictions that we do have on there. One of the major ones that we do have that you guys know you better follow is the fact that you cannot trade any franchise players whatsoever. Okay, so don't try to trade Cam Newton. You're not going to be able to trade him. Don't try to trade Colin Kaepernick. You're not going to be able to trade him. Don't try to trade Calvin Johnson or Dez Bryant. You're not going to be able to trade him. I just hope you guys understand that, okay? We don't condone a crap load of trades in the ASFL and NSFL, and we don't get a lot of trades, to be honest with you. People need certain pieces, and they go and get those pieces, and that's okay, okay? And then especially, you know, in CFM modes, the biggest thing in CFM is the draft. That's where CFM is built. It's through draft time. So when the first season is over, that's when the fun begins. That's when the meat and potatoes start. It's draft time. When everybody's getting involved with the draft, that's what's important, okay? Not all these extra trades trying to trade this 95 rated player for this 92 and 77 rated player. No, that's not how it's going to go down, and we are all, as a committee, are going to look at everything, and you guys are going to have to understand that this is how we roll, all right? So that's how that basically is. So remember, 24-hour rule, guys. Be in contact with your guys before we start to sim over to the next week. Be in contact with your next opponent, okay? Let's see, what else? Oh, and one more thing I'm going to go over. I don't care who's breaking a rule. Do not quit any games. You are just as guilty as the person beating your ass by cheating. You are just as guilty if you quit any games. Period. Do not quit any games. Let the game keep going. Make sure you're streaming it. Me personally, whether I'm home or away, I stream every single game. I recommend to everybody, stream every single game you can and archive it in your Twitch. It's very easy to archive in your Twitch. Just go to the website, go to twitch.tv, go into your settings, and you can archive all of your videos. You can actually go in and save them to where they don't get erased, because they will be erased, I believe, after 30 days. So you can make sure they're not erased and keep it archived just in case you need to hold a case against another player in the league. It's vital, guys. Look, we have PS4s and Xbox Ones now. They all stream. They all do live streaming. We can watch everybody's games. We can make sure that people are not cheating. This is how we keep the league rolling as efficiently as we possibly can. So again, make sure, guys, make sure that you do not quit any games whatsoever. Don't ever quit a game, ever. Okay, I don't care how bad they're cheating, and I don't care how much pride you feel is going to get in your way. Don't quit a game. Contact one of us, okay, as commissioners. In the ASFL, it is Colo and myself, Coach Sweat. And then in the NSFL, it is Bilo and Malibu Maha. Make sure you contact those guys, okay? Make sure you contact those guys. All right? So everything else, basically, you guys can go in there, check them out, and enjoy. And again, we're going to be doing tons of podcasts and things like that. I know I'll be doing one for myself on the ASFL side of it. I don't know if somebody's going to do it on the NSFL side. I will be playing in both leagues, ASFL and NSFL, so I'm looking forward to it. If I have time, I may do, you know, some chop up things for the NSFL as well. But I am a commish in the ASFL, so I'm going to primarily be concentrating, on ASFL business. But again, if I get the opportunity to do things for the NSFL, I surely will. But my shows are mad fun. I'm be doing call-ins and everything. I mean, I can't wait. This Madden season is going to be pretty fun. So again, guys, I appreciate all you new guys coming in, checking us out here on sportgamersonline.com. I really appreciate you guys. Again, ASFL, NSFL guys that are already in the league, make sure you stay active in the league, because we will quickly let you go, and we got people in the back burner waiting to take your spot. So make sure that you are active in our leagues, and make sure that you're getting your games in, you're streaming like you're supposed to stream, and most importantly, you're following each and every rule in the rule book, and you're just being competitive. That's all we want, guys. I truly appreciate y'all. It's your man, Coach Sweat, signing off. I'll get at y'all later.